This is literally what Pokemon sound like in my head, bro. Oh, that's way too... Nah, this is... Black 2 and White 2 got the best OST in the franchise too. What? What is that? Okay, so my people, Pokemon is a franchise we all grew up with, or at least most of you know what I mean? I know I did, and I really liked it. But the OSTs, I'm not really that familiar with them because my DSi, the volume broke. Yeah, so I just played most of the games muted or whatever. So I'm actually quite unfamiliar with game OSTs. Plus, generally speaking, whenever I play games on my own, nowadays, usually, if I do play a game by myself, which isn't that common anymore, I play YouTube in the background and then I unmute it for cutscenes. So I really don't know anything about game OSTs, which is why I make these reactions, you know what I mean? And as far as Pokemon goes, I have not done a Pokemon OST reaction in 7 months. Now, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come to the Twitch stream at 038XT for live and early unedited reactions, you feel me? If you got more Pokemon suggestions or whatever, obviously drop them in the comments, you know what I mean? Some time has passed. The new Pokemon game got like more details on it and all that, which, by the way, we all agree these are the coldest trainer designs ever, by the way, right? I don't have no trust in like modern Pokemon games at all. I got my eye on this one. It looks good, bro. These designs are magnificent, bro. I'm genuinely at a loss for words. They look insanely good. So like, their game better be good, you know what I mean? Their game better be good. I say one of the best, by the way, because the actual best designs go to Black 2 and White 2, you know what I mean? Those got the best character designs. What are they called again? Nate and Rosa, I believe. They're the names, but yeah. Here's the batch of OSTs that we got today, you know what I mean? Sky Tower, Route 30 from Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which, by the way, as a kid, I was always broke and I wasn't able to get Soul Silver back in the day. As time went on, these games only got more expensive, but guess what? I also be making money now, you know what I mean? So, as you guys could see, I got it right here, you know what I mean? Kid me would be losing his mind right now, ladies and gentlemen. I managed to get it off a seller on eBay, you know what I mean? Yes, it comes with the Poke Walker, you know what I mean? I managed to get the PAL version, the European, the British version, you know what I mean? I had to get that. You said how much? So anyway, I finally got it. I only played it for like 40 minutes and then put it on the shelf for display because, you know, I guess I just wanted it, you know what I mean? Champion Iris theme, you know what I mean? The best games, by the way. Black and White 2. Black 2 is my favorite Pokemon game of all time. It's a tradition at this point. Every Pokemon video, I usually take out and show you. The reason I'm not doing that right now is because all my stuff is packed away because I'm trying to move house. So I can't show you this time, but you know, just trust me. Pokemon Legends Arceus Giratina. We heard the original Giratina theme and that's incredible, but this is the Arceus one, so I hope it's different enough. Pokemon Typing Adventure Boss Battle. Your guess is as good as mine for what that's gonna sound like. I ain't got no idea. This is one OST where it's like, you know for a fact that I know this one. I mean, we gotta put it in one of these videos because I mean, bro, it's legendary, you know what I mean? This is arguably probably the most legendary and the best Pokemon OST ever. So I gotta react to it at least once, even if I've seen it. Ending onward to our own futures, Pokemon Black and White. So here's the fun thing. I know everything that happens in Black and White 1. I've never played it myself. I haven't heard this. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire versus Wally. I feel like I've heard this OST from somewhere, but apparently I've never reacted to it. So I guess it's here. People wanted it, so I guess we'll take a look at that. Battle Lysandre, Pokemon X and Y. And finally, we're ending the video with Hugh from Pokemon Masters EX, because you guys always like to tell me that this mobile game has crazy OSTs. The batch on paper looks good. It looks interesting. It's time to actually find out how good they are. By the way, because I know people are going to ask about Dokkan OSTs, just wait. There's behind the scenes stuff going on, which is why I'm not doing it yet. You can expect one sometime this month, hopefully. I would say so. You could probably expect one. However, just wait, you know what I mean? I promise, just wait. It just is what it is. I do see the comments every day, you know what I mean? So, you know. I haven't played a single Mystery Dungeon game, by the way, but you know. I ain't played none of the spin-offs, actually. Okay. 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 Wait, so what's going on with the Pokemon in the background? Like, why they looking like that? This sounds tough. What? I always thought this was from a Zelda game. It does sound like it'd be from one. Again, I've never played none of these games, so I don't really know anything about them. My question is, if Mystery Dungeon was so popular, how come they don't make it no more? Like, what year was the last game? A lot of Pokemon spin-offs don't really get games anymore, like Rangers. I've heard of Rangers, don't know anything about it. That's like an old one though, ain't it? Rayquaza's Domain. Wait, is it Rayquaza or Rayquaza? I always switch between what I call them, bro, because I still don't know. Quasar makes sense because of a quasar, but like Rayquaza, I don't know, like sometimes that's quicker to say off your tongue, so I don't know. That was good. I will say it was kind of repetitive. I did like it. I do think it was cool. I don't know if I'll ever actually end up playing a Mystery Dungeon game. I can because I have a modded 3DS. Like, I've got Super Mystery Dungeon installed onto it. I think I mentioned that in a video before. But the issue is just, bro, time, bro. That's it. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just when it comes to playing games now, it's like, unless I'm super excited to play something, chances are I'm probably not going to play something. I'm sure you guys can relate, but you know. By the way, I don't know a single person who actually prefers Heart Gold to Soul Silver. I'm sorry, Silver is way nicer than Gold. Like, let's just be real, bro. I don't know. And Lugia is way colder than Ho-Oh. I do because I had Heart Gold. That's fair, that's fair. But I'm firmly on Team Silver, bro. Wait, Dragonfly is on Team Soul Silver? I'm on Heart Gold. Why does it sound like I've heard it when I've never heard it before? What? Nah, the DS era Pokemon games got such a like a vibe to it, bro. This sound like I've heard it and I've never heard it before. Nah, this was the peak of Pokemon by far, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, oh my days. I'm sure people get sick of hearing that. Obviously, comment down below how you guys feel about like the modern like games or whatever. I mean, I heard Arceus was really good. You know what I mean? Nah, this just sound, bro, this actually sound like an adventure, bro. I really like this. This actually feels like you're just going around places, bro. Like, this is really tough. Gen 5 was the peak. It actually, do you guys remember how much people hated Gen 5 back in the day? I was like, bro, even back then, kid me was like, nah, people are tweaking. This is the best. And then it went downhill from there, bro. I'm glad people understand Gen 5 now, though. I'm glad people get it now. Took you long enough. They always do this with new generations, though. There's always haters and new stuff. Nah, Gen 5 was Nah, to all the people that were there, you know, dude, Gen 5 was hated, bro. People despised it. But I was so confused. I was like, bro, this game is insane. Like, this is by far the best Pokemon game ever. Black 2, by the way, not the one. Okay, this was good, bro. Man, I need to play Soul Silver, bro. Like, I need to actually beat it because, like, when it comes to like the argument of best Pokemon games online, it's like Black and White 2, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. I feel like those are the three that I see the most. Platinum, Emerald, you know what I mean? It's usually those. Like, those are the ones where it's like everyone kind of agrees those are like the best ones. So I gotta beat it eventually. I mean, I spend a lot of money. Sun and Moon is great too. So Ultra Moon was the first Pokemon game I played in like a decade. Like when I modded my 3DS, that's the first game I tried. I think that game is just okay. I didn't really feel a big connection to it, like if I'm being honest. I appreciate it was doing things differently. And it was cool. And I will admit, I never finished the post game to it. I never did that. I beat the game regular. I never did the post game. So maybe that helps it. But I didn't really connect with it that much, if I'm being honest. Comment down below how you guys feel about Gen. I don't know what Gen Sun and Moon is. What, 8? 7? I know X and Y is 6, so I think it's 7. It's time to glaze, bro. Oh my god. I'm so glad that like the internet finally came around on black and white, bro. Iris is the second best champion, bro. Second best. Oh my gosh. You guys know so what happened was I beat this game when I was like 12 years old when it came out. And then 10 years later, I bought the game again. And I beat the game because I lost my copy of Black Sue. I found one on eBay from a seller in amazing condition, all the manuals, all that. I beat the game again. It's one of the very rare times where I actually play the game to completion twice. I usually don't replay games. This is one of the rare exceptions where I did that. Oh my days, bro. This, like, if there was any doubt in my mind that it was nostalgia bias making me think that this was the best game, no, bro. Now that I've played it now with like modern me's brain, this is the best Pokemon game, bro. I was right. Like, there's no debate at all, bro. I know they're gonna remake Black and White eventually. I hope they do it justice, bro. I really, really do. Because they already kind of hold me with a diamond and a bow. Also, Champion Iris got a banger design, by the way. Nah, bro. This is so good, bro. Okay, you know, it's actually kind of low-key compared to like what you would expect a champion boss to sound like. Ooh! Nah, this is literally what Pokemon sound like in my head, bro. Oh, that's way too... Nah, this is so... Bro, this is better than I remember it. What? Have you heard the Masters remix of this? No. It's alright, no Cynthia though. I mean, that's different. That's different. This is way too good, bro. Nah, Black 2 and White 2 got the best OST in the franchise too. Well, actually, wait. You guys put me on to Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet got amazing OSTs. I can't take that away. Nah, this is really good. I remember there being this many different aspects to this OST though. I remember it being a lot more simple. Okay, that was brilliant. Oh my days, bro. Oh nah, one of these days I gotta react to like full soundtracks for games. I don't know if I'd ever actually be able to do that because of copyright or like what games would allow me to do it or not. I think if I were ever to do it for this game, I think it would allow me, but I don't know. Anyway, have you liked the video yet? You know what I mean? But yeah, this is amazing, bro. So the Platinum OST, I remember I had this really, really dope effect that I haven't heard in any other OST, by the way, where it kind of had like a heartbeat sensor, like flatlining or whatever. It's weird, right? It's like, you wouldn't expect Pokemon to have like crazy OSTs, but then it does stuff like that, and it's like one of the most insane things I've ever seen a game OST do. Like, it was extremely creative, and I loved that. I don't remember what video that was. There's only 4 videos, so you know. Is this game worth playing? That's a dumb question to ask. People are probably gonna say yes. This is where all the effort went for like Gen 4 in modern times, right? Because I mean, BDSP was kind of a flop, which is like what I was looking forward to more. But I mean, they put all their effort into this game, so surely I've got to try it. I like the art direction for it, and I really like the character designs. Ooh, hold on, let me put this here. Well, I get to see a little cutscene here. Hold on. Oh, wait. They literally just remixed the original one? Oh, this is hard as hell. You can literally hear the old OST, but it's like kind of crazy. What is that Pokemon he's just thrown out? What is that? I mean, they couldn't not put that in. They couldn't not put that in. I'm actually lost for words, bro. I love Gen 4, bro. Why is he tweaking out like that? What is he doing? Bro, I actually don't know. I don't actually have much to say. Like, this is just crazy. Like, I'm actually just enthralled, bro. I don't know why Giratina is like treated this crazy. I'm cool with it though. I'll be real. I'm cool with it. This Pokemon's always been really sick to me. I feel like Giratina got cooler over the years. I don't really know why. Like, he's only gotten more and more cool as the years go by. So fair play to him. I guess he plays a prominent role in this game then, right? Surely. Was he like a final boss or something? Funny that the final boss for an Arceus game would be Giratina. Wait, no. Actually, no. That kind of makes sense. No, that actually makes more sense, arguably. Giratina was a Pokemon so insanely strong that the god had to create a new dimension for it to live in. Yeah, like that's really cool though. Like, Gen 4 is like the coolest lore, bro. Like, I'll give it that. Gen 4 is the best generation, but Gen 5 has the best game. Like, I've always thought about it that way. So I remember when this was being advertised back in the day, actually. It came with its own keyboard. I never bought this because I didn't care. And English was my best subject anyway, so I didn't need it. Is this like every other Pokemon thing where like it costs a dumb amount of money now just because it's old, or what? What? What is that? What is this? You type for this? What? The gameplay be like spell Pikachu and you got this in your ear? What? How did this get a screen shake? What? It genuinely got one, bro. I already know it did. What? Why? What boss battle is it? Bro, if you use this in the background of anything, no one's gonna guess where it's from, bro. No one's gonna guess where it's from. Nah, there's no way to justify this, bro. There's no way to justify this. Why did they do this? There ain't no good reason for this to be here. There ain't no good reason for this to be as good as it is. Oh my days. What the hell was that? Gameplay be like spell iCup. Nah, literally though. Nah, this is a typing game? What? What? Sorry, I yawned. What? Why? Like, why? Somehow, this ended up being one of the best OSTs of the video. The second OST of this video that I've actually heard already. However, come on, bro. We had to get one video like with Cynthia in it, bro. It's Cynthia, bro. You have to. I don't know if this is just like glaze or what, but I do genuinely think like this is probably one of the most iconic game songs ever, right? Comment down below what your favorite champion is, by the way. I think we had this conversation during like a Persona video, I think, or like a Persona stream. I do believe Cynthia is the benchmark for what a champion should be. Design-wise, just straight up looks like one. She is the most iconic one. I don't know what it is about Cynthia where it's like, this is exactly what a champion should be. I really don't get it. I mean, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I think Cynthia's the coolest. Is Cynthia the coolest Pokemon character if we don't count like main characters and all that? Maybe. Leon and Iris are my goats. I don't know Leon. Iris, that's fair. I've got her in second place. Kukui. Is that Sun and Moon? Cynthia has aura. She pops up, drops some lore and wisdom, then disappears. Yeah. I don't think I'm ever gonna find a character in Pokemon with as much aura as Cynthia. Like that's valid. She got aura, bro. That's for sure. Her Garchomp got aura. Everyone talks about how difficult that fight was. Wasn't it confirmed that Cynthia's AI is just completely random? Like she'll just do anything? And somehow that ended up being like the most difficult thing in the world? If that's true, that actually makes sense. Because think of it this way, my people. This is how I apply to fighting games as well. If my opponent doesn't know what they're doing, how am I supposed to know what they're doing? That's difficulty right there. That's why necessarily if I'm fighting someone worse than me in a fighting game, there's no guarantee that I'll really beat them because it's like, bro, you might just pull some bullshit. Yeah, bro. I don't know why everyone had a tough time with her. I didn't struggle that much. I don't remember how much I struggled with Cynthia. I actually don't remember my personal experience with the fight. Yeah, bro, this is iconic, bro. Everyone knows this, bro. Everyone knows this. This is a champion, bro. This is a champion. Bro, no one else is going like Cynthia, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Even that name is hard as hell, bro. I'm not gonna give too much time to this because I mean we all know it, but I mean, come on, bro. It's just iconic. To me, it's easily the most iconic Pokemon OST of all time. However, I wouldn't call it the best one. Iconic is not synonymous with greatest. You know what I mean? It is up there. Like, don't get me wrong. It's definitely up there. However, I do think there are OSTs better. I'm assuming this is like the end credit music for Black and White. Wait, this is what I was expecting. Ooh. Okay. Okay, now it's becoming more of like what I was expecting. Okay, it became what I was expecting now. Yeah, nah, this is good. I like it. Bro, Zekrom and Reshiram look so nice as legendaries, by the way. Yo, I really, really like this. So what, this is the end credit music, right? Bro, nah, this sounds tough. What? This sounds like real RPG music though, right? I know Pokemon's an RPG, but like, you get my point. You get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it sounds like Dragon Quest, yeah, like, cause Pokemon's more like, obviously Pokemon's more like contemporary, right? Cause it's just modern day. But a lot of like, the older games especially lean into more like mythology and all that. So this OST ends up sounding a little bit more like a fairy tale or something, you know what I mean? Which I like. And it fits this. Yeah, that was dope. That was really, really dope, bro. I really like the fact that this OST sound like it's reflecting that. Like it's leaning into more of like the So I feel like I've heard this OST before. I did play Omega Ruby and beat it. And it is really good. I can't lie. That's one of them games where like people did say that like this game is like one of the best. I do agree. I do think it is really good. I don't think it's better than Black 2 and White 2. But I do think it is really good. Also, I find it really, really weird that like Mega Evolution wasn't like a gimmick that they kind of rinsed. Like, I'm really shocked by that. Because what? I feel like everyone was really excited about Mega Evolution. So to just kind of drop it and like not make more is actually really, really surprising to me. I feel like that's a mechanic that should have been expanded on every year. Like, I feel like that was like a very seamless one to put in. Mega Evolution feels like it should have been permanent, but now it's coming back, so I'm chill. Yeah, 26 more. What is that, like the leaks confirmed number or whatever? But I've only seen Dragonite, right? Is that the only new one that's confirmed right now that we've seen? Let me know how you guys feel about Mega Dragonite. Me personally, I do not like it at all. I think it looks trash. However, don't worry, I'm not one of those people that expected the guy to look like Charizard. You know what I mean? I get it. Dragonite is supposed to be more like he's supposed to lean more into like more of the cute side or like the goofy side. Like, he's supposed to be like this big, round, approachable, friendly dragon thing, you know what I mean? So I get that. I'm not trying to make him look like Charizard, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine. However, I do think the design just looks lame. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. If you like it, you know what I mean? That's perfectly fine. We can agree to disagree. It's really not that serious. I do like the fact that they tried to make him look more like Dragonair, because I also think Dragonair just looks cooler than Dragonite anyway. I really don't like the fact that Dragonite kind of ditches the really, really nice blue color, like the blue and white that Dragonair got going on. I was really upset that they even did that in the first place. It would have been really cool if like Mega Dragonite just looked like what I would imagine the next evolution of Dragonair would be in my head. Like, it's kind of halfway there, but not really. I don't know. Usually what happens is fan art makes everything look way cooler. So there's probably a bunch of like Dragonite artwork online now that makes the design look better. Mega Altaria is amazing. I see, that's the thing. I genuinely think that one's incredible. I really, really like that one. I wasn't a big Altaria fan until I played this game, got the Mega. I tried it and I was like, whoa, I'm keeping this on the team because he looks really, really cool. That's not really a stereotypically cool design. So, you know, I think your blue bias is showing. Agree though. Hey, man. Why does it sound like so shonen? Wait, what? Why does it sound so familiar to me? This sound good, bro. Sound like Dragon Ball? It does. Like, this is cool. I put it a little bit higher because I thought it was a little bit quiet. By the way, I really do like Wally's character arc of like who's like a weak, frail little guy. And then over time, he gets stronger. And which, by the way, again, Mega Evolution really should have stayed because it does wonders for his character development as well. Because his little, I don't know what the Pokemon's called, but the one Gallade comes from. And the Mega Evolution, the fact that he got that close to his partner from day one, like, it only makes his story even better with Mega Evolution involved. Like, they really should have just kept it, but whatever. Wally's story is a kid who grew up really sick, wanting to be a trainer, so he found over the course of the games and he meets you at the Pokemon League for his final showdown. Yeah, and I really think that story is cool. Like, I think this is a very underrated character. Like, I don't know how popular Wally is. I'd never heard of him until I played the game. This OST is really, really nice, bro. You know, maybe it makes sense that he's got this really shonen sounding OST because he is kind of like a main character in his own right. You know what I mean? Like, he does the shonen thing where he starts off weak and becomes strong. So I think there's something symbolic there. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually quite cool. I could use this as background music. I'm not gonna lie. I could really use this one, bro. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was good, bro. I really liked Zinnia's OST. I think that was the first video. Brilliant, by the way. That one was insane. That's a really cool character design wise and story wise. Zinnia kind of grew on me though, because I remember at the beginning I thought she was kind of annoying, but you know. And then by the end of it, I was like, nah, that character's cool. Also, I find it really weird that they never did anything like the Delta episode for any other Pokemon game ever, by the way. Why is there no other equivalent to that in any other game? I'm really jealous of Gen 3 fans because they got what I wanted from Gen 4. Your remake was so much better than ours, bro. I was gonna buy a Nintendo Switch if the Gen 4 remakes were good. And then they came out and they were trash, bro. That's not fair. Like, oh, bro. All your starters got Mega Evolutions. Like, you got actual, like, story changes, which was kind of cool. Like, your game looked really nice. It was really good. You got banging OSTs as well. And then you got like this whole extra post game that just like includes original characters that are really dope and all that. Come on, like, it's not fair, bro. It's not fair. This is what I wanted Gen 4 to be. I actually have no idea what I want from a black and white remake, so I'm not even gonna say anything. Like, if I don't know, then that means I don't want anything. So, you know. Gen 4 remakes I like from a perspective of it being the old school faithful remake of the games. I don't care about a game being faithful or not. I'm not gonna lie. I think it really depends on your perspective, because I think if I wanted a Pokemon remake, I want that version of the game to just do what the old version did, but just expand on it and make it better. That's literally all I would want. I think this is the perfect remake because it just does more and adds more. Like, it's very different. It's got an identity of its own. I don't think being faithful really matters that much. Because at the end of the day, the old game still exists no matter what. Faithful remakes are arse. If I wanted to, I'd just play the OG. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the old game still exists. What's the point of being faithful besides like a selling point, a tagline for a company to advertise? I want a reason to play this one when I've already played that one. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's my issue. I think this is like the remake that I would want. Unfortunately, that's not what Gen 4 got, which it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm sure they've learned their lesson now, but I mean, the damage has been done, right? Pokestar Studios was great in black and white too. I want it to be good in a remake. I actually didn't really care about Pokestar Studio that much, but I do think it was a really cool part of those games. And it was actually quite expensive, despite the fact that it never showed up ever again. Like, that's like exclusively just that game, right? Reload tried to flip-flop between being too faithful to the point where they didn't even add the answer initially, while also trying to change it out to be more welcoming for newcomers. I feel like that's the case of like, they couldn't decide if they wanted to be faithful or not. From what I hear, that game doesn't even sound like it was faithful in the end anyway, right? Not in the same way that like BDSP is faithful, because like that's actually just like, what the hell? Like, that game just doesn't even seem fun to play because it's like there's nothing interesting there. Well, comment down below how you guys feel about the whole remake thing, or like what you would want from your ideal remake, or like what you look for in one, because everyone's gonna have a different opinion. But you know, I could play these games, and I'm sure I will maybe one day, but I really don't have any motivation to. Bro, okay, if Legends ZA is a banger, I'll probably go back to this and play this, but you know, we'll see. This is their like gets this Giovanni, like the boss, right? Whoa! ZA gonna be, there's just no hype behind it. I don't really need hype for a Pokemon game, like, you know? This sounds crazy though. Legend ZA is just XY2. Isn't this the game that needs the most expansion anyway? So I think that's great. Whoa! This sounds great. Why does it sound like a haunted house though? Like, you guys hearing that? Oh, you hearing that? Hey, this is good. This is really good. I feel like, I don't know why this just sounds like a ghost type trainer to me. I don't know. Like, it really, really does. Not that that's a bad thing though. This sounds really cool. It kind of sounds like it sounds intimidating, but also kind of technological as well. That's kind of cool. How well would you say like Pokemon themes reflect the character that it's for? Or do you think it's usually just a case of, hey, they just slap a really good OST onto them and that's it? You know what I mean? It's not really meant to reflect them that much. I would say Wally reflects himself very well. So that's an example one where it does. But you know, let me know. Pokemon almost never misses on their music. Pokemon OSTs are just really good in general, I think. I think that is something that they reliably got, even in modern day, because I remember a lot of you guys like to show me Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet OSTs. This video is, funnily enough, the first video where there's none of those, right? That's good though, and I think that's actually very good for me to see, because it means that despite the fact that even though the opinion of Pokemon games nowadays is not what it used to be, at least there is still an aspect that people can be like, yo, this is very, very good. Well, let's wrap it up, my people, with Hugh. You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is Goku, right? Like, I remember the promotional trailer. They don't even do that anymore, do they? Bro, Pokemon used to have so much, like, sauce, bro. Like, back in the day. Do you guys remember when Black and White 2 was getting promoted? And they had that little, animated video or whatever, speeding through different sections of Black and White 2, and like the characters were voiced and all that. Like, it was really dope. And like Hugh was Goku, you know what I mean? Like, he was dope. Like this was really cool. By the way, I really like this guy's design and the colors, and I really love this guy as a rival, by the way, because he's not like character was a lot more interesting in a sense of he's not like an asshole, but he's not like a pushover either. He's just a guy with conviction. You know what I mean? Which I liked a lot. Like his whole story with like the Purloin or whatever, right? Where he was, where he just wanted to get his sister's Purloin back or whatever. And then the whole story of like when he finally finds it, it evolved. I don't remember what the evolution is called. It's like a little somber undertone to it where it's like, hey, what's done is done. You kind of just have to make do with it now because it's been so many years or whatever. Like, it's not the same Pokemon it used to be. And the fact that he has to like comes to terms with that, whatever, like, was very interesting to like follow his story throughout the game. Like, I think this is a very, very insanely good character that I feel like no one talks about. I feel like Hugh has kind of been left behind as far as like Pokemon characters go. Like, I don't see no one talk about this guy, despite the fact that I think this guy is really, really cool. He checks all the boxes to me. Really interesting character. I wouldn't say really interesting. Interesting character motivation. Good personality. He's likable and really dope design, and he's in what I think is the best game anyway. Like, bro, to me, he's exactly what I'd want. So, you know, I don't know. I find it interesting that he's not as popular as he should be. N is really popular, I know that. But then why is N so popular, but this guy isn't? I guess N does have a more striking design. He plays a more of a prominent role. But even then, he kind of takes a little bit of a backseat in Black and White too, but nah, he's still important though. Let's hear the remix to this guy's OST, because I do think his original OST is a banger. But yeah, let's hear this. It doesn't sound very different yet. Oh my. I love this guy's theme, bro. I want to know what this game did different with it, though. This guy's so cool. Nah, I love this character, bro. Ooh! Well, like, comment, and subscribe, my people. This is the final OST of the video. I've really enjoyed myself, bro. Sorry it took 7 months. I apologize. I'm sorry it took 7 months. Okay, I don't really hear anything different about this, though. Like, to me, this just sounds really, really similar to his original theme. But, you know, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. Because I think this OST is a banger anyway. This was a phenomenal batch, by the way. Fair play to you guys. Obviously, comment down below what suggestions for what I should do next. I don't know what made me want to do this, by the way. I don't know. I just felt like it. So, you know, whenever I just feel like doing something, I just do it. But yeah. I will say, okay, out of all the Masters ones, I'm not really that interested in Hugh's one, though, because it feels really similar to his regular one. Yes, his regular one is phenomenal, but it's not really what I'd want, right? Like, I was kind of expecting something a little bit more different, but I've got no issue. It's fine. I would say none of these OSTs really stand out that much against each other because they were. I think the average quality bar was like very, very high. So none of these really stand out too much because they were all really, really good. Have a great rest of the day, my people. Take care. Stay safe. Hopefully, Legends ZA ends up being a complete banger. You know what I mean? To be fair, it's got a Z in the title or a Z, whatever. And everyone knows if you have a Z or a Z in your name, that makes you way cooler, much more attractive, and very interesting. So yeah, hopefully all of that applies to Pokemon ZA. But yeah, have a good day. Take care. Stay safe. Goodbye, my people. Appreciate you.